Yeah, I mean, if your mom's your drug dealer, that's an issue.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm not making it up. I'm speaking from real examples that I've seen.
This is the Atomic Souls Podcast.
Families. I was thinking we could talk about the family program that we do.
Family program that we do?
The family integration.
Okay.
Act very excited, please.
Do what?
Okay.
Well, I don't know what.
So uninterested.
I'm interested. I'm so interested. I'm just tingling with interest.
Okay.
So explain it to me. Let's talk about it. 'Cause I don't know anything about it.
Well, first, do you think family is important in recovery?
I think it is the most important. Very, very important.
Okay, why? It's a dialogue.
You asked a yes/no question. I gave you a yes/no answer.
Okay. Why? How is family important?
I think if you have close family, it's important because that is your most immediate support structure. So you need that structure to support you and your recovery. Also, if it's not your support structure, it could very commonly be the reason you have addiction and mental health issues. So we need to identify that dynamic and find a way to transition away from it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got mommy and daddy problems.
Yeah.
Smoking meth instead of dealing with it.
Yeah. I mean, if your mom's your drug dealer, that's an issue.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm not making it up. I'm speaking from real examples that I've seen.
Yeah. What about chosen family? What does that word mean to you?
Chosen family, so like really close friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it means. That's a pretty easy answer.
The easy answer.
Yeah.
We're a podcast where you get one word answers.
Yeah. You ever seen the Family Guy where they have the weatherman and they're like, "Hey, what's the weather like today, Dave?" And it just cuts to him and goes, "Gonna rain."
That's you right now. It's important.
Well, you're asking a very simple question. What is chosen family? Friends.
Yeah, anyone that supports you. We've had people's friends, bosses, coworkers, sponsors, sober living, housemates.
Well, so something that I think
It's all chosen.
I think is important about that dynamic. You said people that support you. I think a true friend, chosen family, is not somebody that always supports what you're doing. They support you as a person.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people confuse that. They think affirming what you do, it means they're your friend. It just means that they're a nice person. That's not necessarily a good friend.
Non-confrontational.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're being nice. They're not being
right.
a good friend. They're just being a nice person.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, you need somebody that doesn't affirm your terrible behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of families. One in particular coming to mind who's been coming for, I think they're 3 or 4 months into the program. So their family comes once a month to participate in the program. They get to do process group and an education group. And they have never been so integrated into their loved ones' process and treatment and recovery. And they're really enjoying learning about how to not enable and take ownership themselves for that behavior, and also how to hold accountable their loved one. So it's really cool to see the progress that they've all made. And they're still working on stuff.
I think the dynamic of enabling and accountability is very difficult for sure.
Yeah.
Especially like in a parental way. Like you want to make your kids happy
and help them the most you can.
Right. And sometimes that turns into leaning into enabling and not disciplining.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes the behavior gets so extreme that a lot of parents don't know what to do, or they think that they're helping by enabling. Oh, I gave him money for food. Well, he's not using it for food.
Right.
You have to start to wise up to it. And
I think about Mama with that.
She's helped some of your
right. Yeah, I mean, Mama is like the kindest, sweetest person that you ever meet in your life. She can't say a bad thing about anybody. I mean, you steal from her, and she'll say, "Well, I guess they needed it more than I did."
Wild.
No.
They
yeah, I mean, in some degree, that's good. Like, world as a whole, she's not materialistic at all.
Yeah. It's like
but
Mother Teresa.
Right. When it comes to a parental dynamic, you can't do that. Like you have, if you're not going to discipline your kid, nobody's going to discipline your kid.
Right.
They're just going to grow up and become a little shit.
Do whatever they want.
Right.
And hurt people. Yeah. Teaching them like ethics and morals and values and respect.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes like you can do all of that and think you did all of that. And then once they become an adult, they just, or teenagers start to have their own choices. And
right.
That's when the chosen family can be very important, of if it's a healthy one or an unhealthy chosen family, because our peers influence us dramatically. Yeah.
What's the saying? If you want to know who you are, then just look at your 5 closest friends.
Yeah. It's like 5 to 10 closest friends.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have 5 friends. So. Apparently, I'm lonely. That's what I am.
You have friends.
5 close friends? I cannot name 5 people that I talk to on a daily basis.
Not daily.
I can't name 5 people I talk to on a weekly basis.
Me?
You're not my friend. You're my wife.
5 people you surround yourself with. It's
okay.
not just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Scott.
Sure. Yeah. I'll take that. You were talking about chosen family, so I was trying to reference towards friends.
I am technically chosen family.
Yeah. I guess so. Spouse's chosen family, ideally.
Technically, yeah. Well, yeah, in most cases.
Oh, it depends on where you're from.
Most American culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been cool to see these families who their like son or daughter or loved one will go to treatment and they'll get like a family weekend.
Sure.
And it's just kind of like high level education. It's a lot. They really just want to see their person and talk to them. So they're maybe not even paying attention, not absorbing it for sure.
Right.
So it's cool that they can come here once a month at the minimum for that family group. They get to experience the whole program, the process group, the education group. And then they also can do family sessions as well. And so that's ongoing. And
so I have a question for you about that family dynamic there. I've been doing the editing on that codependency video and just thinking about the topics that were discussed in there and then what we're talking about right now. Would you say when a parent is in that enabling state that that's kind of a form of codependency? Like they need to feel that they're, giving joy to the kid or something?
Yeah, they are taking responsibility for the kid's behavior. So they're typically their happiness or their enjoyment of life is based on their kid doing well or not. And so that's codependent. But
their kid's not doing well because they're enabling them to do terrible.
Yeah. And so they don't realize their part in it typically. And so they think that they're doing the right thing by, he's getting back on his feet. Really, he's not. He's manipulating them.
Sure.
And so anytime your happiness depends on, or your emotional state depends on another person, is when it's codependent. And so if that's the mom that's like touting on the kid that's like manipulating her, she feels better because, I sent him $100. He's buying groceries with it. It's like, no, he's not.
Yeah. I mean, he's buying something he's going to
ingest. It's probably not from HEB.
Yeah. He's buying consumables.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm reading this book called Attached, about healthy attachment. And it kind of goes into the myth of Codependency and the Myth of Independence.
Right.
And it's like codependency is not, it's labeled as this like bad thing to be like dependent on somebody. And I think, and the healthy part is interdependence. So a lot of people mix up those two and call interdependence codependency. Like if I have to depend on anyone, then I'm codependent.
Well, it's kind of like a spectrum, like a lot of things. You have independence and codependency are like the far left and right.
Which neither are healthy.
Right. Ideally, you don't want to be on the extremes. You want to be somewhere in the middle, which seems to be majority of the things that we discuss is everything needs to be within balance. Yeah, it's on a spectrum and it needs to be in balance.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the opposite is the hyper independence, which is what our society promotes.
Right.
Like you'll hear like even some of my favorite rappers are like, I did it myself. And I'm like, yeah, but like you have a whole team behind you too. Like you didn't do it yourself.
Yeah. We make fun of people on the boat a lot of times because we'll get these high school kids that are like 18, 19 years old. Yeah. And you make good money quick on the boats.
Yeah.
And so like year one, they make their first 80K, 100K, whatever. They're like, oh,
great as a
I got it from the mud. I'm like, dude, you come from the suburbs. Your parents have a 3,000 square foot house.
The Pflugerville's like that here in Austin.
Yeah.
It's like the hood of Pflugerville.
Right.
It's like all these like rich kids that like try to be thug life.
Right.
They just busted a crime ring last week.
That's
teenagers,
funny. Yeah, it's really funny on the boats because you can see like, you know, they get their first paycheck and they got to go buy a gold necklace and a ring and all this fancy crap. And then the people that really had it rough, like legitimately could say they quote unquote got it out the mud or whatever. They don't give a shit about what people think of them. They're stacking that money away and saving, you know, because they got big goals in mind because they've learned to discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the independence is more like self-centered and you can only get so far.
Yeah.
Doing that. Like we're human. We have to be interdependent.
Yeah. It's kind of like.
So many people say codependent and it's like, no, you have to have people.
It's kind of like the old saying, like, if you're intelligent, you don't need to tell people that you're intelligent. Mm-hmm. They'll just be able to tell. Yeah. Or if you're a leader, I don't need to tell you that I'm the leader. You're going to know.
Right.
You know, if I'm successful,
like
I don't have to pretend, I'm independent. I did this all on my own.
Yeah. Well, usually you're having to hype yourself up and overcompensate, telling yourself that because you don't have people telling you and validating you for it.
Yeah.
And actually in the book, it says there's research that couples who are interdependent can actually find more independence and strength in that individuality because they can trust their like team has it.
Yeah. I mean, I would say for us, we're very interdependent.
We're becoming less codependent. We're coming out of some codependency.
Maybe. A
little bit.
I don't see where we're codependent much, but maybe my perspective is different than yours. But I think we have a lot of independence in our life, even oddly to say, because 90% of the time we're 5 foot away from each other. But we work on very different things. We enjoy very different things. And we don't really, like, I'm not asking, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Or who are you doing it with? Why are you doing it with them? Like I see it.
You don't do that?
I just ask what you're doing because, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just asking what your schedule is. But I know other people that I hang around with where,
the intention's different. It's
right.
like,
they're like, oh, well, she's going to cheat on me. Or,
Yeah, it's not just like curiosity.
Yeah.
It's fear.
Right. Yeah. It's very, very different intentions, which, creates paranoia and anxiety and everything else.
Yeah.
My only anxiety I have around y'all is that I can't protect you all 24/7.
Yeah. That's where we get into codependency.
Oh, okay.
You have to accept that not everything can be protected.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever fully accept that one.
Getting into the therapy aspect.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is, any good man anyway wants to protect his family. And so
parent,
that's something that's always on the back of their mind.
Yeah.
You know, I'm constantly looking to see where you're at. Not because I'm like, you know, I don't care where you're at. I care that you're not. I don't want to look it up and say, oh, she's in a warehouse in the middle of of Mexico, like
abducted.
Yeah. And then having a daughter, it's like just amplified it 10 times over.
Yeah. And so I think it's great perspective for those families coming in, right? Because that family, their kiddo was once, you know, little innocent 2-year-old.
Sure.
And that, from what they've told me, they tend to still see their kiddo as that
I can see that. My mom still sees me as her little boy.
Yeah. And so when your kid starts smoking crack or fentanyl, you're like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, it's like breaking your heart.
Yeah.
You do anything to help them.
You
don't realize that anything can hurt them.
Well, so that's the issue most of the time, though, is that it's not that you're failing in the moment, it's that you failed for the last 20 years with teaching them discipline and self-respect.
Being course correct early enough. Yeah. They were hanging out with like the wrong crowd or something.
Exactly.
You didn't want to be seen as the controlling parent or the helicopter mom and stuff like that.
We talk about that on the boat a lot with navigational errors is, you know, if you screw up and hit something and have a big incident, that probably wasn't you messed up one time. Right. You've been messing up for the last 4 hours, and
nobody held you accountable or caught it.
Exactly. Well, the issue on a towboat is there's not anybody there to hold you accountable. For the most part, you're on watch by yourself.
Yeah.
So what'll happen is you know, you go around a bend and you slightly miscalculated that one. The next one, you slightly miscalculated that. And it's probably because you're looking at your phone or you're playing with the computer, whatever the case is. Yeah. Then you're 3 bends down the road going through, you know, some wiggles, and you hit that 3rd or 4th one because you're just a little off here and then a little more off there and a little more off there. Yeah. And eventually you just start shearing. I feel like that's the case.
Uncontrollable.
Yeah, I feel like that is the case with most things in life. I mean, that's a physical issue, but I think it's a great metaphor in life to where usually you're not screwing up on this one thing. You've been screwing up for a while, and this is just the icing on the cake that you're finally seeing
you're getting the
repercussions.
The consequences are coming forth. And I think, too, like there's a lot of families that are like, oh, yeah, like my kid smokes weed, like it's fine. And then they just start getting in some like harder. It is the gateway drug. Like they just start using more things. Yeah. Or like it's fine. Like you can drink at 16, like at the house. You know, it's fine. They don't realize like their brain is so undeveloped that can be very dangerous.
That's something I think about with like the way we do admissions. You know, big thing is we try and identify a drug of choice. Mm-hmm. Everybody I know that does drugs does multiple drugs though. Like
our clients are very trash can junkie.
Exactly.
Like,
so it's like
treatment 100 times.
Yeah. So you're like, hey, what's your drug of choice? You're like, whatever the fuck I can get my hands on. What are you talking about?
That's why my assessment went late yesterday because it was like, oh, it's just meth, and then he's like, oh, this and this and this, and I'm like, oh my God, there's like 20.
Yeah. Like, I use meth to start my day. I use heroin to end it.
Yeah, except benzos and meth. Yeah, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
I was like, oh my gosh.
This to make me happy. This to make me sleepy.
And then I was like, have you been to treatment before? Oh yeah, I just got out. Oh, and then I went this and this. I was like, oh my God.
Right. So yeah, you know, I think in that regard, weed absolutely is a gateway drug. And then you have like the Cali sober people that try and, you know, I'm maintenance with microdosing or smoking a joint. It's like, no, you're just saying that you're not going to fully cut it out of your life. It's like, it's like you got cancer and I cut it all out except for this one little piece. I just want to see what happens with it. Yeah. Bro, you still got cancer. Yeah. Like, so with addiction, it's like, bro, you're still not sober.
Yeah.
Like you're hanging on to that last little bit.
It's not hurting me right now. So
right now. Exactly. Yeah. And that's what we were just talking about is like, it's not an in the moment screw up. It's a long duration of screw ups. Yeah. And all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure once again.
Yeah. I brought up the topic of terminally unique in group last night. Because it's the same thing. They're like, oh, well, like, I can do this, I can do that. And it's like, no, you were in the hospital a month ago.
Right.
You cannot do it.
Right.
You figured it out.
Right. Yeah.
Have you? Can you please figure it out? And so, yeah, it's like, oh, I can like smoke weed or I can drink. It's like, maybe you can. And like the 12-step, the big book talks about that. Like sometimes people can drink for like 5-10 years and not have an issue. But who's to say like you don't run back to something else or like some big life thing happens and you fuck it all and just like go down a hill.
I mean, occasionally people get shot in the head and survive. That's not to say, I can shoot myself in the head. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Like,
shoot my finger off.
Yeah. Just because occasionally somebody doesn't get hurt with it doesn't mean you should avoid it. You shouldn't avoid it.
Yeah. Yeah. We try to promote, like we do harm reduction, but it's usually with the voice of, okay, try it in a controlled setting, try to manage it. And it typically doesn't work. We've had clients that can manage it and it's fine, but they're still typically not meeting like their life goals, because they're hungover or not even hungover. It's just like the after effects of like alcohol is a depressant and it messes with your nervous system. It can cause you anxiety and all these things and depression. And so, yeah, you're not meeting your goals. Let's look at that as a factor. Maybe there's other factors, like you need to exercise, eat right, et cetera, apply more coping skills. But it's not just our harm reduction styles, like it's not just like the alcohol or the weed that you're doing occasionally. It's the full picture of what do you want to do with your life and how do we get there?
Right. Well, something that we talk about a lot with business is, your brain's basically a computer. So you have the RAM that your processing power, and we try to, with checklists and different software programs and everything, we try to reduce how much that we have to maintain in our brain, how much processing power is going on in the background. Yeah. So we open up the capacity to do the new stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the case when you get into harm reduction. Is you're allowing that little bit to maintain inside of you instead of just completely eliminating from your life, and you're consuming so much processing power of your mind and your body that you can't do anything else. You don't have the capacity for it because all of your processing power is maintaining this in a sustainable format.
Yeah.
Whether, you might be sustaining it. Like, I'm not saying that you're failing at that. It's just it requires so much processing power to sustain rather than just eliminating it and finding, goals that you can truly be happy and proud of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize the impact of using. Like, I think of our friends who, like Tina and Jeremy, are now opening their own business. But they used to drink like every day and like go party. And I'd always be like, man, I don't know how y'all do it. And like, you go to work and like have functioning like jobs. I'm like, I can't even drink like one glass and the next day like wake up to do my work. But then we met up recently and they're like, we don't really drink anymore.
That's what I was just about to say.
What? They're like, can we focus on the business? I'm like, you get it now.
Right.
Like, you get
the irony of you're opening a bar and the way you did that successfully is you drink less.
I thought that was so funny, but it was like, it was interesting to see because it's like they weren't like failing in life. They were very successful.
Super successful. Yeah.
They just changed their goals, and to meet the new goals, they discontinued drinking. And it wasn't like a big deal. It was just like, we just don't.
Well, for them too, though, I think you're identifying the difference between, an addict and a normie.
They had heavy usage.
But they weren't addictive people. They could drop it, immediately when needed. I think that's the big difference is when you have, that addiction gene or whatever you want to call it.
Genetic or,
you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that they can't do that maybe you can do better. But when you have that going on, and I think there are things that you can do better because it's like a hyperfixation on something. Well, if you can align that hyperfixation on something productive, then you can be phenomenal. You can be, better than the rest. Yeah. The issue is you have to remove all that so you have that processing power to put it towards something productive.
Yeah. Yeah, not even hyperfixation, just like their free time. Previously, they were drinking and hanging out at bars, And now they've just started to build their own bar and business.
Well, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about for the addict. An addict hyperfixates on how am I getting high? Yeah. Well, imagine if you put that amount of effort into something productive.
Yeah.
And then you're high on life, which I know sounds super corny, but it's amazing when you achieve things that you can truly be proud of and tell people about, and you don't feel shame.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can keep working on it the next day.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think we've met some pretty hardworking people that are in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And it usually is the ones that have fully given up it all.
Right.
Really had that moment to like give it up and throw themselves into like work and career and like helping others, all of that.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody. I can think of one person actually that we know that went back to kind of experimenting. I'm not going to name drop him.
He outed himself.
Yeah. But that's the only person I know of that, was completely abstinent and then went to experimenting afterwards. Yeah. But then conscientiously and after a very long time completely sober was like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, it's just not. Right. Yeah, and we get those. Like, it's funny to see our therapists who have worked in only treatment centers and only worked with people who have addiction diagnoses. We'll get mental health primary clients. Right. And they're like astounded by their ability to like use Adderall and only use it as prescribed or less and as needed, or to use pain pills as like prescribed, or to like drink on occasion. Like, we had a mental health client that one day she like missed group and drank that night, and it's like, okay, like, was that you were in your feelings and you drank over it instead of coming to group to process through it and use a healthy coping skill.
Still bad.
Still not healthy.
It's just a different thing.
But it's not gonna like, she didn't go down a whole spiral and like completely like derail her life. So it was just like a moment to talk to that person and be like, hey, like, was that the healthiest decision? Right. How do we work through it? And why were you so triggered by that other conversation? And let's dive into that. And is this a pattern that you like drink when you're feeling sad or emotional? Yeah,
I do think that's something that's important to identify, is that just because you're not an addict doesn't mean that, drinking and drugs are okay for you. Yeah. Like, I haven't drank in a while. I haven't drank in over 2 years now. Yeah. I'm not an addictive person. I was like, hey, this isn't good for my life. Like, there's not anything that's better with alcohol for me. Yeah. And that's not to say that it's not for other people. Like, you drink.
We drink occasionally.
Right. But for me, that wasn't it. Now, I self-identified that. But a lot of times we have to be open to that when we're in therapy or we're working with a life coach or whatever the case is. Like, be open to identifying, like, hey, just because like it's not controlling your life doesn't necessarily mean that it's adding to your life.
Contributing to it. Right. Yeah. And I'll find I feel like over the last 10 years, being a non-addict in the like addict recovery world has helped a lot of people with my perspective, because when I first started, I would get like shamed, like, oh, you can't be my therapist, you're not an addict. Right. I'm like, well, I'm not your sponsor, that's right, but like, I'm a therapist and I'm trained to like help you with other stuff. And so it's just interesting that it's changed a lot over the years, that perspective shift of like, you have to know what I've been through. It's like, no, not really. Like, I can still.
Well, I think the experience is important. You've had a lot of experience helping people through that now. We used to talk about that with like a marriage counselor. I was like, well, I want somebody that's been married before. And you used the metaphor, well, does your heart surgeon have to have had heart surgery before? It's like, no, but I'd like him to have fixed a couple fucking hearts before.
Some longevity to their practice.
Right. And so I think that's the case with you and with other people that aren't in recovery, working in recovery, is in the beginning, it's really hard to have that reputation because you don't have the lived experience. But then after a while, they realize like, oh, well, They're constantly helping other people.
Yeah.
And you're able to develop that reputation and have a different perspective, because it kind of can become an echo chamber when everybody has the exact same life experience.
Oh, yeah. When I first got into it, it was
Right.
very much echo chamber.
And so you need to have those outside perspectives to bring, new life to it. It's everybody talks about how great diversity is. Like, okay, you need diversity in this too. Like you can't just all live the same thing, say the same thing. You're never going to improve from that.
Yeah, when I first got into it, it was primarily LCDCs only. And then slowly over the last 10 years, it's moved to, they're like, oh, we want mental health primary master's level clinicians.
Right.
And so that's, I think, over the years changed definitely the treatment world, because they have started to see the value. Those of us got the brunt end of the stick back in the day, paved a way. We walked so y'all could run.
I remember when that was a very, in the beginning, that was a very unique thing to, like, everybody marketed like, oh, we have master level clinician. And now it's become pretty standardized at anywhere you go to.
Yeah, it's weird if you don't now.
Right.
But back in the day too, they'd be like, oh, we're chemical dependency licensed counselors. And like, they were marketing it as the same level, if not better than master's level. Because it's like, oh, it's specialty. It's like, oh, actually, it's like, yeah, it is. But like, you're a bachelor's degree, you're an associate's degree back in the day. And so it was just like, yes, but like, there is better, like master's level support, more complex cases. I think that's why so many treatment centers now have like dual diagnosis facilities, because they've realized.
That's like saying, that's somebody that changed your oil versus an actual mechanic. And they're like, yeah, but their specialty, they only work with oil. Like,
right.
Correct. But that's a big, like, the mechanic can do that plus everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And granted, most master's level therapists only get like one class on addiction, maybe. For one semester, if that. So there is a huge learning curve once you get into the field.
All our people have both, though, right?
Yeah, we require it.
Yeah.
So if you have a master's, if you have an LCDC.
So it don't matter what you like. You want an LCDC? Cool. They got LCDC.
Yeah,
oh, you want a master's level? Cool. There's that too.
I got both. Yeah. Yeah. All of our grad students either have or are working on their LCDC. And once they graduate, they get both.
Right.
Yeah, it's a requirement because we had people who were just one or the other, and it just, our clients are very, very niche, very complex. They'll eat you alive. So you have to have both. You have to know what you're doing here.
You got to have a lot of agency as well, like a lot of self-confidence. That's what we were talking about with your mom this morning.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about some people that haven't worked out in the past, and they just, severe lack of confidence, no backbone. And your mom's like, why does that matter? I was like, because we're throwing them to the wolves. Like, it's not.
Our clients are intense.
These people aren't here because they're super nice individuals that, are just winning at everything in life.
They're winning by manipulating people.
Right.
They will manipulate the new young therapist who knows nothing.
Yeah, they're winning at that for sure.
So, you got to have confidence. And, I think the training in both mental health primary and addiction primary licensure is very important.
Yeah.
It's been super helpful. And I think, too, going back to like the family stuff, a lot of families don't know much about mental health or addiction.
Well, it's not something you look at until it's needed.
Yeah. And so a lot of them have never been in therapy. They've never gotten sober themselves. Like, we've seen family members come and they're like, oh, I think I'm going to stop doing this or that drug. And it's like, that's wonderful.
Sure.
And their client's like, they stopped drinking. It's like, that's amazing. And so, it's been interesting to see the impact of clients working on themselves, bringing the family into it, and how the family members are working on themselves, their own addiction and mental health too. It's pretty cool.
I think self-reflection in general is something that is severely lacking in society these days. Just like the idea of taking inventory of what's going on with you. Most people aren't doing that at all. Like they're they're checking out for 9 to 5, they're getting the bills paid, and then they're vegging out on TV or TikTok or whatever else at the end of the day. Yeah. And that's the entirety of their day. They go to sleep, they wake up the next day, do the same thing.
We had a client last night, just got back from a higher level of care, and they were complaining about like something like holding themselves accountable and stuff. And so someone suggested a nightly inventory, like the 12 steps, and they were just like completely changed. Like, I won't do that. And I was like, yeah, because it means you put pen to paper and take action. Like, you don't want to take action, and that's your problem. That's why you've been here many times. And so they're like, okay. Because that nightly reflection is so important. Like, whether you're addict or not addict, like, what did I fail at today? What can I do better? What did I do good at today? Yeah. It's really important.
Yeah, it's very important. We do a lot of that. And then in business, you have to, because there's KPIs. A direct correlation to how successful you are.
You have to always be open to feedback and change and all the things. So to improve. Well, you don't have to, I guess. I mean, I know lots of people that just kind of coast in their business, but
they're not successful though.
Yeah, they're just coasting.
Yeah. I was watching an interview yesterday on YouTube, and it was basically a business coaching session that they were recording. And the guy asked them, what is your margin budgets for X, Y, and Z? He's like, I don't know. I think we spent about this on that. I think we spent about that on that. He's like, okay, well, how much revenue do you generate on a monthly basis? Oh, I think we're somewhere around, $100,000 a month. Yeah. I don't remember what the exact number was. And he says, question for you. He said, do you think if I went and asked the CEO of Apple right now these exact same questions that he would just guess, or would he have exact figures to tell me? Yeah. The guy's like, well, yeah, you'd have exact figures. He's like, okay, so do you just want to continue to suck at business, or do you want to learn from the people that already mastered it? Right. And what they do is they take inventory. Right. And I think it's the same thing in our personal lives. Is, do you want to just continue to suck and coast? Or do you want to learn from the masters and do what they do, which is take inventory?
Yeah. Yeah, I think comfortability is so easy to get lost in. I think a lot of the world, a lot of American society especially, we're all just comfortable. Right. And it's just so easy, and they're just making it even easier all the time. So, you have to have an awakening to fight that. Yeah. There's a book that someone's dad suggested it to me. And it's the funniest book because he's like, it's so insightful. And it's just this like monk saying, awaken like a bunch of different ways, and like wake up from your sleep. And it's just like the repetitiveness. It's like this big, but it's like literally like the 100 pages are just like the same thing over and over. Right. At one point I was like, all right, I gotta stop this book. But I need to awaken from this book. Yeah, I get the point. But it was just like, kind of an interesting, thought-provoking little book that I was reading through. It's like, okay, like it's so prevalent that, and like this was written like hundreds of years ago, and so it's like it's been prevalent forever. People just get like numb to like life and progress. Well, it's not a new issue.
The human condition has never changed. Our circumstances have changed. Yeah. But the human condition of constantly being addicted to comfort, that's existed for all of humanity. Yeah. The issue is that it's so easily accessible now, that we consume it constantly.
It's an epidemic now.
Right. But nothing is ever achieved from a comfortable state. Yeah. Everything is achieved usually in the pursuit of comfort, but happens in a state of discomfort.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yep. So get uncomfortable.
Get uncomfortable. Well, it's been cool to see, like, taking back to the family stuff, the families coming, and they do look uncomfortable sometimes.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, like kind of, they're in separate process groups than their loved ones, but they get to share. And I've seen dads, wives, like people crying and like sharing how hard this is. And then they get to see their loved ones like peers experience and get feedback. And it's cool to see them breaking down their own comfortability. Because there's some people that don't attend and like they don't have to attend, like it's all optional.
Right.
But it's really cool when we have like 25 clients, we have 25 family members, and it's like it's so like rewarding to see the ones putting in the work.
The peer support aspect
notes.
is huge too.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're seeing other people that are dealing with the same thing. I think that's the biggest issue. And it's kind of the nature of the beast with HIPAA regulations and everything, which are good. I'm not saying they're bad. Like we want to protect people's privacy, but it also becomes their isolation to where they feel like, oh, I'm the only person dealing with this.
Yeah.
Nope, you're not.
Right.
It's a epidemic. There's multiple people out there that are dealing with the exact same thing. So for us to do those, family nights and stuff, I think it's huge for them to get that peer support as well, and not just be the clients that get it in group therapy.
Yeah, because we've done some groups where it's just the families, and those are powerful. But the families were actually like, can we actually do it with the clients? Like, we really like the mixture of like us supporting each other, but also like hearing, Joe's perspective, being having his loved ones here in a different group, and like his perspective on what I'm going through as like a parent, and like what he wishes his parents would do, and or his wife, or like whatever. So it's been cool to see the mixed processing of the peers of the families, the peers of the clients, and then like mixing all of that together has been really powerful. Like really, like the one time we did it with just the families and just the clients, the families were like, yeah, I don't really like this. Like it was powerful, but I really like it the other way.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. You can witness the growth too when they're in there with the clients, versus still being isolated away.
Yeah, it does something different. It's like next level to like hear it, because it's almost like they're hearing it from their loved one, even though it's somebody else, or hearing it from their mom, even though it's somebody else's mom.
Yeah.
So it's cool, and to see how like healing it is. And then we'll even have like somebody, it was like their first day was family night, and their mom showed up late, but showed up and was like, hey mom, come, like we'll learn something. And it was like, wow, she showed up, like that's so cool. Day one, like that's dope. So it was I don't know, it's cool that like they want their families to come here, and they feel comfortable with that, and with them learning about the process, and they're not hiding this is my thing, and like you can't be involved in it. Like rebellious teenager. So it's really cool to see, people excited to get their families involved. And even yesterday, I did an intake, and they're like, well, my friend can come? That's cool. I was like, yeah. I'm like, whoever can come and like learn, if they're helping you, then the more the merrier. Now, once we get to like 45 clients, we might have to limit it to one person a month. We'll see.
Yeah, you got to have your VIP member. Yeah, those are definitely things that I've thought about.
Figure that one out eventually.
Yeah.
100 people in here.
Turn into a party.
Yeah. It was a lot last time. It was pretty cool to witness. I like to come on the family nights and witness and put like faces to names and just say hi and how can we improve and all the stuff. So
yeah, I came to a family night twice, I think.
Yeah.
They were cool.
Yeah, I like them. It's good energy usually.
Yeah. Well. Anything else? Any closing remarks?
No.
I hope Harley doesn't do drugs.
I hope Harley doesn't do drugs. Yeah. I mean, it breaks my heart for the families. It really does. Just like, where the kiddos are at, and the parents are like, I thought I was doing the right thing, and it's like blaming themselves, and trying to take enough responsibility, but also their client's usually an adult. So
I think that's something that so many people don't realize is, in a lot of cases, not that you failed, it's that you experimented with something and the experiment didn't go as planned. Because
you tried your best.
Right.
Usually.
Parenting, we're all just taking our best stab at it. There's so many different ways to do it, and there's so many different ways that people will tell you work.
Yeah.
And it might not work for your situation.
Yeah.
So it's hard to just point the finger at a parent and say, oh, you fucked this kid up.
Yeah.
The reality is we're all just trying to do the best we possibly can.
Right. And the kids are humans that have their own
Right.
autonomy at some point and
Right.
Their own willpower, even at 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been like really healing and eye-opening and just, gets me in the feels for family nights.
Yeah. It's the, what's the phrase? Life's a bitch. Sometimes we just need a little help.
What's the phrase that I came up with? Yeah,
but I
true.
think that, time and time again, we realize that phrase is just like so on point.
Yeah.
Because that is the case with therapy majority of the time. There are the cases where people are just completely oblivious to what the correct path should be. But most of the time, they had good intent and it didn't pan out correctly.
Yeah.
And life just became a bitch and you need to get a little help.
Yeah. Yeah, whether that's treatment, family, chosen family, all of the above, like we all need to be interdependent instead of codependent or hyper independent.
Yeah. Awesome.
Good stuff.